folks. It's time to talk antiques once again. Got a lively crowd here this morning. Look like we're going to be doing well this morning.
Good morning.
A whole lot from these experts we have.
Well, now you're an expert too. That's why you hang out with.
Yeah.
We're all
I
experts.
try to hang out with y'all, so I'll look for it.
Well, we're experts until somebody proves us wrong,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Then we'll say, "Oh, we must have made a mistake." Okay, so
That happens.
somebody did the math and said Tuesday is the 4th of July. Is that right?
Tuesday is definitely the 4th of July.
Okay.
Pretty
So-
sure about that now.
So we got an interesting article of a LST. Philip, tell people what a LST is.
Landing ship tanks.
Okay. They call it the workhorse of the Navy. And there's only one survivor that actually still operates, and it's number 325.
Number 325.
So between you and Ronnie, you're going to tell us the story about this. You're going to tell us the story, then Ronnie's going to add in some on it, right, Ronnie?
Okay. Yes, here we are. But now you said that that's going to be in Nashville.
Yeah,
coming,
what that,
yeah.
And you'll be able to
It's actually going to go on tour.
Yeah,
They take it like once a year and go on tour with it. And I think that's the coolest thing in the world
Yeah.
for one to survive.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everything's usually scrapped. Of course, this thing, it was out of service, in service, out of service, in service, several times, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now, we might want to describe what an LST is to the people who aren't
All
World War II
Well, I'll tell you
aficionados.
what. You go ahead and do that.
Okay. Well, LST was the when you see the World War II movies and these ships drive right up to the beach and the front of them flips down and tanks and stuff drive off of them. That's an LST.
Yeah.
So-
Now, the coolest thing about a LST is that this, before they were built, the British and the Americans met and decided they needed one. And so this guy draws one on a napkin. And so they make a contract from a napkin, right?
Those were the days.
Yeah. But
You can't do that much
A lot
anymore.
of stuff was built like that.
Yeah.
You know, Howard Hughes drew airplanes on the backs of pictures of his stars.
oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. Well, great minds.
think
But-
like.
So another cool thing about the LST is they figured this out. They drop a real heavy anchor out in the ocean with a long cable, and I guess they had to do the math before they got to the beach, right?
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah. And so once they beached that thing and dropped off the tanks, you know, you think about how would they get that ship back off the beach?
Yeah.
Well, they had a big anchor with a cable, and it actually pulled itself back off the beach. And
You
so
know, I never thought about that.
no, that was all in the napkin, right?
Yeah.
Of course,
That's in the napkin.
of course, it was a little lighter without all the tanks on it, too.
Yeah,
but
a whole
still.
lot lighter. But still,
Yeah.
I wonder though. You made a good point. I wonder if it landed on the beach and they couldn't get the tanks unloaded. I wonder if I guess it could still pull
Well,
itself.
it had a special flat keel on it
Yeah.
Yeah.
that allowed it to
Slide.
Yes.
Kind of like a flat bottom boat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or them airboats, kind of like that.
Probably designed by Cajun. There you go.
Yeah. Well, them old boys have done pretty good with them airboats.
There you go.
Well, there's only one that survived, and it's number 325. Is that right?
Well, it says it's one of the few remaining World War
Okay.
II landing
But this
ship
is the only one that
tanks.
survived that actually is in working order, right?
It seems like it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
why I
only one
understand it.
still able to sail under her own steam.
Yeah,
It's-
not be towed around.
Right. It's docked in Evansville, Indiana, and available for public tours. Once a year, the crew takes her out to show her off, and this year it's coming to Nashville. From August 28th to September 14th, we docked in Nashville.
We need to go see that.
And from
Yes, I'd love to see that.
August 31st to September 4th, you can actually get on it and check it out.
I
So
wonder if they'll let you pull it out and push it back in while you're on it. I doubt
we
that.
can ask, but you never know.
You
Hey,
think they do that for us?
Do you know that'd be a good story for Tullahoma?
It would. Well,
You know, on your,
I bet if
on your weekly show.
yeah. I bet if we looked hard enough, we could find somebody who wrote on one of these.
But you ought to go down there and film that thing and do a show on that. You know, the living. Just
Yeah.
just
Yeah. We'll see. I'd definitely like to go check it out. So.
Yeah.
What
All right.
about your Uncle Ray? Like he didn't know anything about it?
Well, the only thing, you know how them Marines are. He probably just rode on one, but I doubt it. I don't even know if he rode on one of them. 'Cause
He probably wanted off.
I'm not for sure, but I believe. I think I'm right on this. I think Clyde Hirschman was on one. And here's what he told me about them. Like if they was out in the middle of the ocean and all them sailors wanted to go swimming, they'd open that gate down a little bit and flood it, and then they could swim. And then of course they'd pump the water back out. That way to keep the sharks from eating you while you're trying to swim.
Yeah, have a built-in little swim pool.
Yeah. Because sharks followed them ships because they
Yeah.
dumped all that food and stuff.
Oh, I hadn't even
Lord,
thought about
yes.
that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay, so tell us more about this particular one, number 325.
Well, World War II LSTs were amphibious vessels designed to land battle-ready tanks, troops, and supplies directly onto enemy shores. This was the LST 325. It was known by that designation during World War II, and then as USNS LST 325 during the Arctic operations in the 1950s, and later L-144 while in service to the Greek Navy. In August 1941, Roosevelt and Prime Minister Winston Churchill met for the first time at the Atlantic Conference in Argentina and agreed to work together on just such a ship.
I'm just going to have to
The design adopted incorporated some aspects of an English version that John C. Niedermeyer of the Bureau of Ships provided the basic design. To meet the conflicting requirements of the ocean travel and shallow beaching, the ship was designed with a large ballast system that could be filled for ocean passage and pumped out for beaching operations. An anchor and mechanical winch system aided the ship's ability to pull itself off the beach. Niedermeyer's rough sketch, allegedly drawn on a dinner napkin, was sent to Britain in November 1941 and accepted immediately. The British Admiralty requested that the U.S. build 200 of these ships for the Royal Navy under the terms of the Lend-Lease, but that eventually totaled 1,051. Preliminary plans called for it to be 280 feet, but the final version was 328 feet, which I did not realize they were that big.
huge.
That's really big.
So that's a little over a length of a football field,
Yeah.
right?
And said,
Yeah, they had a lot of men on them.
yeah, said it could carry 2,100 ton load of tanks and vehicles. That's a lot of stuff. Throughout the war, LSTs demonstrated remarkable capacity to survive punishment, despite the nickname LST standing for Large Slow Target given by crew members. The ship suffered very few losses in proportion to the number and scope of their operations. The LST 325 was launched in October 1942, commissioned in February 1943. Her shakedown cruise around Norfolk, Virginia, she sailed to New York and left for Oran, Algeria in March 1943. She arrived in Oran in April and spent 3 months going between the ports of Arzu and Matajinim, practicing loading and beaching operations with several different American and English Army units. LST 325 returned to Oran in October and went to England as part of a large convoy. From December 43 to May 44, she was involved in training exercises along the southwestern English coast. On June 5th, 44, she sailed from Falmouth, England, carrying elements of the 5th Special Engineer Brigade as part of Force B, the backup for troops going ashore on June 6th. It was D-Day. Between June 1944 and April 1945, LST 325 made 43 trips between England and France, unloading at Omaha Beach, Utah Gold, Juneau, and the city of Rowan on the Seine River. After a trip to Panama in late September, LST 325 was sent to the Green Cove Springs, Florida, and decommissioned in July of 1946. She was reactivated for service in 1951 for Military Sea Transport Service Arctic operations, constructing radar outposts along the coast of eastern Canada and Greenland. She was taken out of service again in 1961 and became part of the National Defense Reserve Fleet. LST 325's service didn't end there, though. She was reactivated again in 1963 and transferred to Greece in May of 1965. and served in the Greek Navy until December 1999 when she was decommissioned again. Till 1999.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it is. Acquiring the ship literally took an act of Congress, but in 2000, the USS Ship Memorial Incorporated acquired LST 325. She was intact but not operational. Eventually, a group of volunteers each invested $15,000 apiece, and they got her operational and sailed back across the Atlantic for the final time, arriving in Mobile, Alabama on January the 10th, 2001. An all-volunteer crew keeps LST 325 in shape and provides tours both while docked at her home port in Evansville and on each annual tour. For more information, you can on the LST 325, you can visit lstmemorial.org and see their actual official website about it.
Okay, so we're going to take a little break so you can push that button.
Okay.
And then when we come back, now Ronnie, have you got some more stuff you want to talk about on it on Wikipedia?
I've got a few things.
Okay, and then I found an interesting thing on eBay where that actually one of the plaques that goes on one.
Yeah.
This particular one was number 594, and I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
You ready to push that button?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break.
Stay tuned to Let's Talk Antiques on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
Madeline's Antiques and Uniques at 6107 Murfreesboro Road in Manchester has been helping collectors find just the right thing since 2008. With 40 quality dealers and a constantly changing inventory of collectibles from the 1800s to the present, they have many unique items in the store and new things coming in daily. Are you looking for the perfect lamp or clock to finish your collection? A vintage lunchbox from your childhood? Well, you can find that plus any number of other unique items in their huge building. With their easy access off I-24, they meet many travelers from around the world and just around the corner that come to buy and sell antiques, or just to stop and have a free cup of coffee and a cookie while browsing around the store. Come visit owner Madeline Kemp and travel back in time at Madeline's Antiques and Uniques. So many memories.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
Hey everybody, we're back with Talking Antiques, and the number here is 728-1320.
All right, folks, we're back talking LST, not LSD now. LST.
Okay, there's a big difference in it.
You'll find a big difference.
Okay. So what'd you get for us?
Okay, while we were gone, you were talking about the LSTmemorial.com website, so that's where I went. And they have a little history of the ship here. I don't know, you may have covered most of it. But it said it was launched on October 27th in 42, commissioned on February 1943, with Lieutenant Ira Ishenrell, the commanding officer, on February 17th. During a shakedown cruise, he was transferred to the USS LST 391, and Ensign Clifford E. Mosier replaced him. So Mosier would remain the commanding officer till June 1945, and at the completion of a shakedown cruise in and around Norfolk, Virginia, the LST 325 sailed to New York. From there, it left on March 19th for Oran, Algeria, following a brief stop in Bermuda, probably for refueling, I'd say. And it arrived in Iran on the 13th of April in 43 and spent the next 3 months going between the ports of Azov and Mostaganem.
I think Philip covered all that.
I believe he did.
Yeah.
That's where she practiced loading and beaching operations with American and English Army units. Now, these were actually conceived by the British.
It was their idea, but they met with the Americans and
the
got us to build them.
The British had a few that they had converted from other ships, and then the American ones finally, came into production.
They've got some pictures of them, and they are just completely filled with trucks.
Yeah, and they didn't just carry tanks. Now they carried troops, they carried equipment. They were a very utilitarian vehicle.
Yeah, they was called the workhorse.
And when you watch the movies, and you see them when they land in there and they drop the gates, that's what you're seeing.
Yeah,
that's what you're seeing. And I didn't really know what they were called, but I've seen them in the movies.
I think when Philip was telling us the story about it, and of course you too, so that is proof that Clyde was telling me the truth about filling that thing up with some water, because it told you that it could do that for ballast. So they actually swam.
And they only displaced 3 feet.
Really?
Wow.
That's what it said.
Well, is that loaded?
That's loaded.
Doggone.
Now, is that something or what?
Well, see, if you put it in perspective, think about a football field and 30 more feet or so.
Yeah.
Floating around here in Manchester, Tennessee, coming past this radio station, that'd be a big piece of equipment.
I think you'd miss that.
Yeah. But compared to a battleship, of course, or a, the aircraft carriers, it was small. Because they were in 1,000-foot long, 3 or 4 football fields. Matter of fact, a Navy guy was telling me about one of the aircraft carriers that it was a tad over 3 football fields.
This one right here actually made 43 trips between England and France.
Yeah.
It actually unloaded at Omaha, Utah, Gold, Juneau, and it was at Omaha Beach.
Yeah. That's a famous piece of equipment right there.
It really
down in
is.
Mobile, Alabama one time. They let you go in it. And
Yeah. What was it, Ray?
I don't know whether it was a fighter.
A battleship?
Battleship, I guess.
Was it great? Was it long?
Oh, big, yeah.
Yeah, well, I looked up the Iowa-class battleships in World War II, and they're just a hair under 3 football fields long.
Just a hair under.
Man, I got killed just trying to dodge the pipes in that thing.
Well, in 1945, a monster wave hit it and cracked the hull, damaged the hull.
The 325? So did they have to go back to port to fix it, or?
The filters were unable to save the ship by welding. The fitters were able to save the ship by welding steel plates across the damaged hull.
Ain't that something?
But those guys are working fast.
Well, I'll tell you.
You know it.
I wonder, they could weld underwater, so they must have had to go on the outside to put those plates because of the pressure, the water pressure.
So,
You know they had to. They couldn't do it
So
on the
that's
inside.
amazing. Well, battleships, aircraft carrier, real quick, see how long one of those are. Okay. So that kind of puts it in perspective. To me, the LST is a pretty good sized piece of equipment. Yeah. But when you get to the aircraft carriers and the so what's that say about a 4.5 acre flight deck? What's all that?
The ones carrying 60 aircrafts. Bush was decommissioned 2009 after 50 years of operation. Now let me Nimitz class.
Nimitz class were bad boys.
Yeah.
Y'all feel while I'm looking?
Yeah. Well, I hear why
okay.
you got it?
2,172 feet long, 662 meters.
Oh, they were nuclear ships, weren't they, the Nimitz?
Well, that was the Bush, didn't you say?
This is 68 to 2006. Man, 600. So that's over 6
football. Well,
Man.
7. Seven. 3 times 7 is 21.
Yeah, those are nuclear.
7 football
power
fields long, folks.
Yes.
That's big. That's bigger. Well, you got to launch airplanes off of that.
Yeah, well, they said it had a 4.5-acre flight deck. Good
That's
gosh.
crazy.
Okay, so we found a few interesting pieces
on eBay here.
Oh yeah, read it. Tell the folks about what we found on these LSTs.
All right, well, there's not a whole lot on here, but we have a Chelsea 6-inch World War II clock, ship's clock from LST 512. It's got serial numbers to match to prove where it came from. 15 bids on that went for $310. Not too bad of a deal if that's the kind of thing you're into.
What about that wooden one?
Here is a wooden model, 40-inch long, LST landing ship. They were asking $350, got somewhere over $200 for it. Here is a U.S. Spartanburg County LST 1192 framed naval ship display. That was a buy it now, went for $200. Here's a 1970s Buddy L 49 LST landing ship, toy pressed steel with the box. 10 bids on it, went for $175. And
now here comes you need to get on that and read what it says on the description of this.
Okay.
This is this LST 594 plaque.
All right, let me get.
Roll on down. There you go.
Okay. This is original World War II LST 594 stainless steel ship's plaque. The sign was hung on LST 594 in World War II. Ship was launched August 12, 1944, assigned to the Asian Pacific Theater. Following World War II, it was assigned to occupation and China service in the Far East. The LST was the large. It describes what the LST was for people who don't know. Acquired from the estate of a sailor who served on this ship in the Pacific during World War II. Plaque is 14 inches long, 6.5 inch high. Appears to be made of stainless steel. It does not have any rust. The lettering is painted on. The plaque was made to hang on the ship. I don't know how many of these were made for each ship, if it was only one or if there were several on each ship, nor do I know if it is for the engine room or what part of the ship. Nevertheless, it's a great collectible and piece of history.
And so it didn't bring that much, really, though, because it was marked through at the 300 asking,
right.
And the next thing below it was like 120.
Right.
So it must have brought, what, $150, about half what they was asking?
Well, it says price $300
oh, okay,
on here,
but
though.
So it didn't have an arrow through it.
Oh, there's a line through it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was close to the next one.
Yeah, so somewhere between 175 and 120.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Boy, it seems like that could bring a lot more money, though.
Yeah.
Maybe people haven't started collecting LST stuff yet. Or
Well, maybe they will after this.
There you go.
What about that Zippo lighter? What's that?
1971 Zippo lighter with the USS Saginaw LST 1188 with box. 6101 after 6 bids.
Huh. That Zippo lighter's probably worth that. Just been a Zippo lighter. What do you say, Ray?
So.
It's been a long time since I've seen one, but I do remember them.
Yeah.
Oh, in the box.
Hey, you remember, like, I know in Vietnam they used to carry those kind of lighters, you know, with the military stuff on them. And if you, let's do military Zippo lighters. Just
one more thing on the LSTs. Here's a LST 527 patch. So this would have been, you know, a patch made for it. It shows an LST landing on a beach and an alligator coming out with the tanks coming out of its mouth.
So it must have landed in Louisiana?
Yeah, so there's another Louisiana tie-in for that. So it went for 7 bids at $58. So patches don't really bring much money. I checked my what was the World's Fair from
Well, that would be something you should
1980s,
start collecting.
and those are only worth like about what I paid for them probably at the time.
Oh, did you buy it new?
Yeah, I was at the World's Fair in what was it, 1980 in Knoxville?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I do have something here if anyone is interested in visiting the ship. The tour is roughly about 45 minutes long, and they start on the tank deck, then they go to the mess deck, the galley, the stern, guns and anchor, the wheelhouse, the officers' country and captain's cabin, across the main deck, down the troop berthing, and then they finish on the tank deck. There's 3 sets of steps down and 3 sets of stairs up. Now you're allowed to ask questions and take pictures at any point during the tour, but they recommend that you wear walking shoes and no heels because of all the steps.
Yeah.
And
So you won't trip.
And to bring water because the ship's hot.
I bet it is.
And they do have a gift shop.
That is a lot of metal, right?
Oh Lord, that is a lot of metal.
Okay,
Especially in
so
the summertime.
we got 1 minute, so I think what we're going to do is take a break, and then when we come back, so we've kind of got sidetracked from the LST to Zippo lighters with the military stuff on it, just to see what they bring, since that one didn't bring much. Are you ready to push the button?
I can push the button.
Okay, let's take a break.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
Madeline's Antiques and Uniques at 6107 Murfreesboro Road in Manchester has been helping collectors find just the right thing since 2008. With 40 quality dealers and a constantly changing inventory of collectibles from the 1800s to the present, they have many unique items in the store and new things coming in daily. Are you looking for the perfect lamp or clock to finish your collection? A vintage lunchbox from your childhood? Well, you can find that plus any number of other unique items in their huge building. With their easy access off I-24, they meet many travelers from around the world and just around the corner that come to buy and sell antiques, or just to stop and have a free cup of coffee and a cookie while browsing around the store. Come visit owner Madeline Kemp and travel back in time at Madeline's Antiques and Uniques. So many memories.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
Hey everybody, we're back with Talking Antiques, and the number here is 728-1320.
All right, folks, we're back once again with Let's Talk Antiques.
All right, so David sidetracked us over to military Zippo lighters there. And so we ran a search on eBay, and there are some Zippo lighters that bring some good money here.
Yeah, more than the $61 one, right?
More than $61. Yeah, we have U.S. Navy Admiral Roy Johnson's 1960s real Zippo personal lighter and letter of authenticity. $575 was the buy it now on that one. That's a good money for a Zippo. 1943 to 1944 World War II vintage black crackle Zippo lighter, unused with box. 34 bids on that, went for $510. Here's the same thing, another 1943 to 1945 lighter in box. That had 21 bids and went for $428.33. These are coming from Canada, by the way, so maybe they collected them for some reason. Here's a 1946 nickel Zippo, Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force Atisigu Patrol. $425 was the buy it now on that one. Do you have any World War II Zippo lighters, Dave?
I bet he does.
I have a few.
Oh, okay.
I've probably got 300 lighters, but I probably only got like 25 or so military ones.
Okay, Philip, you need to do the 10 things with David.
The 10 things?
You need to do the 10 things. You write down 10 things.
Like the news people did me that time, the TV station come down from Nashville. He brought his
You need to go
friend.
and film that too.
He brought his friend with him, and he said, let's play a game. He said, I'm going to name 10 things, see if you got some of them. So out of the 10, I had 8.
Okay.
You need to go over and film that. That would be funny. Your audience would love that.
Okay.
Well, you have to be there to help assist me hunt all that stuff.
You.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll help you dig it out.
Okay.
You know you got it. You just got to know where it's at.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I know I've got stuff. I just don't know where I put it.
All right. So, Ronnie, do you have any Zippo lighters?
Do
Past his $400 one?
Past his $400?
Yeah. Do you have like a $399?
I got a $395. What
All
about
right, how much is
$395?
What is it? What's it say?
It's a World War II. I don't think they're sure. Unused Zippo lighter, 43 to 45. Black crackle, 3 barrel, 14 hole with a box.
You got that one?
$395.
All right. Well, Ray, won't you tell us about one of them lighters?
I can remember lighting up one with it.
Give us a price there on one of them.
Right. That's next.
$360.
What's it say about it?
What it is?
I can't see it.
It's a Zippo lighter.
Zippo lighter, that's about all I can see.
USS Grant.
Okay, USS
Graphis, GRAF.
The reason Ronnie can read so well, Ray, is he got his
my
bifocals on. He's got bifocals.
I thought he was a Hollywood star.
He is.
Son.
Well, I mean,
No, these have bifocals
you know,
in the bottom.
we probably get, I'd say at least we go out to 70, 80,000 people. What do you say, Philip?
Well, Philip's got those.
Or more.
Philip's got those bright lights.
If we add up,
We don't have our lights today.
if we add up the radio station side of it plus the TV station, we're probably in the 100,000 range. What do you say, Mr.
I
Producer?
guarantee it.
You can listen all over the world via the internet.
Well, there you
Millions.
go. Oh, millions. All right.
So we got
See, that's why
billions
he's
over the world,
that's why he's got the job. You know, he gets
Hey,
past
hello,
that little.
millions. I'm here. See my glasses?
All right. So what do you got next, Philip?
We got.
What about the one with the skull and crossbones?
We got 3 Vietnam
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Zippo lighters.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bush lighter.
No.
We got
That reminds you of mortality and death.
it's a U.S.
Skull and bones.
The skull and bones is a reminder of
Is that what
mortality
Bush's
and death.
organization is?
Not Bush's.
That sounds like a Masonic
It
thing.
is Masonic thing. Chamber reflection.
1966 Zippo lighter, Special Forces Recon with a Saigon skull on it. So that was from Vietnam. That went for $329 as a buy it now. There was another Vietnam Saigon with 5th Special Forces insignia on it. Went for $329. And here's another Vietnam
People think it's devil worship, but it's
Pliku, U.S. Special Forces. That went for $339.
should be a good person.
That one brings a little more than the other for some reason.
So what else? You got some unusual ones there. There's another Vietnam.
Yeah, we got a Quan Yang Province, 1970-71 Vietnam Special Forces lighter went for $327.
I tell you,
101st Airborne Vietnam War went for $324. I'm sure we got some Vietnam veterans around with.
We got plenty
we
of
got
those.
lots.
With their Zippo
I know
lighters
several.
still.
You know, one thing.
And I have lots of respect for those Vietnam
Every time
veterans.
I find one, I go up and thank
I'm gonna tell you something. Matter of fact, I just sent the Wounded Warriors a check. I try to send them a check every year.
them.
Because I think that the Wounded Warrior organization does a good job.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
And there's a big need.
I watched their commercial.
So if
last
you're out
night.
there listening, you know, I'm going to pitch for the Wounded Warriors.
Yeah.
Send them a little money. They'll use it wisely, I promise you.
They
I
really
thank our
will.
president for what he's done for them
Yeah.
lately.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got a call.
We do have
You
someone
boys
calling
need
in
to
to
harness
talk
up.
antiques with us. So our panel of experts will put on their headphones and let's talk some antiques. Good morning. You're live. Good morning. You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Oh, let me turn the radio down. I was just going to let you know that, yeah, I've got a couple of Zippo ship sliders myself.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, one of them is the USS Kidd. Now, that's a destroyer, World War II destroyer, that it was my first ship I was on, and it was the only ship authorized in the Navy to not only apply the skull and crossbones of the, what the pirates used.
Oh.
And I've got a Zippo from there. And it's not for sale. I'm going to be taking it down within the next few years because this kid is tied up as a memorial,
I'd say
historical
it's
memorial down
$300
in
Yeah.
Louisiana. And the other one I have is my other ship that I was on, aircraft carrier USS America, CBA 66. It's CB 66, but I've got that plus my ship's patch and
There you are.
the shoulder patches.
That is really interesting. I like that.
Well, I looked up the America CVA 66, and one of those sold last month for $225. And the Kid, the only one I see of it is it's a new one, and it only brought $23, but it's not.
But it's
not a
natural
really old one.
reproduction,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, reproduction.
Yeah, this is an original one.
I would give your original one.
Yeah,
Probably.
hang on to that.
$200 to $300.
More credibility, yes.
Yeah.
What do you say, Ronnie?
I'm
Two,
out.
I'd
$300?
say $200-300.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want any less, and he probably wouldn't want to take nothing for it.
Well, I've got to get up here. I've got a veteran to take to Nashville VA, so I've got to go.
Thank
All
you
right,
for
well, thank you.
calling.
Thanks for your question. If you have a question, call 728-1320 to talk antiques.
Okay.
That's something I would like to see.
Time. 4 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
All right. Let me see.
You got 4 minutes before you got to push that button again.
I dumped my list where I was at there.
You were down to the $245.50 Zippo.
$240 is a vintage Vietnam era Zippo lighter, Operation Deep Freeze Antarctica box. Man, wouldn't want to be gone to Antarctica in 1960. Here's a 1982 USS Marvin Shields brass commemorative Zippo. That went for with 69 bids, went for $245.
You know, they recommissioned that ship for that operation.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at this one. This is a lot of 24 Zippo lighters. Korean and Vietnam era. These all, well, a couple of them look like they came from the 60s, and some of them look like reproductions.
Some of them look brand new.
Yeah. And
me.
it only brought, it brought $238, which is decent, but, for 24 of them,
Yeah.
that seems like quite a bargain, $10 a piece.
So what a deal.
What a deal. There
What
you
a
go.
deal.
There's the deal of the day.
I like to buy them and wanted to find them.
1982 brass Zippo commemorative lighter, amphibious docking ship, the USS Alamo. This is LSD 33. That might be LST 33.
Ray mentioned LSD earlier.
There you go.
Yeah.
15 bids on that. That went for $222.
The good thing about these lighters, you can still find these things in antique shops like Madeline's.
Oh, Lord, I used to have a bunch of them.
Madeline has that kind of stuff.
Remember, I had a big lighter just for one time.
Yeah, and then at these flea markets.
I just got into it every time
But
I
I
saw one
know
and
that
pick it
Madeline
up.
out there at that exit 105, I know she's got some lighters.
And I never was really
I've got
all that
a
interested.
original
I just got
pre-World
them
War
back. I never
II
looked at them.
1935
No, there's no
military
telling what I
issue black Zippo field lighter. 62 bids on that, went up to $219.50, and it's a pretty rough looking lighter.
Okay, so with 62 bids, there was something that piqued everybody's interest on that thing.
Yes.
What the description say?
It says it's rare. And
1935.
Yeah, but listen what the
pre-World War
description said.
II.
There has to be something else about it though, because it really picked their description.
Field lighter.
A pre-World War II United States field lighter dating to 1935. This lighter has features indicative of its year of manufacture. 3-barrel hinge, 14 chimney holes, 7 on each side. Also has a baked-on black paint for military use. The lighter
That's
itself.
different in itself.
Yeah. The lighter itself is in use condition with clear signs of age, including spotting to the interior and wear to the paint, mostly at the edges. Flint needs to be replaced, as the wick likely does as well. The batting to fill the lighter has been twisted and reinserted in a strange manner that will surely warrant replacement as well. This is a terrific display piece, or for use after some maintenance.
So
estate
the
find.
14 chimney holes, that must mean something when you're doing those Zippo lighters.
Yeah, that's
Flints and
because
wicks,
they made a
that's a common
point.
thing. I mean,
They made a
fix those
point to
easy.
say that about the chimney
He
hose.
says the 3-barrel hinge was from 1932 to 1935, and the seven chimney holes on each side was from 1935 to 1946.
So that tells you.
So, yeah, so there's...
So even if it wasn't a military lighter, if you've seen that type of lighter with the 3-barrel hinge and the 14 holes, 7 on each side, you know about what the date of it
You
is.
could date it like that.
All right, we got one more minute, and I want you to give us something really, really good. If you don't, I know Ray will.
There you go, right here. I'll find you
I'm
some.
depending on you, buddy.
This is pretty nice. New World War II Zippo lighter from 1933 to 1945 with a black crackle finish, three hinge, 14 hole barrel with the box. 17 bids went on that for $203.50.
All right, won't you go push that button?
Okay.
You're listening to Let's Talk Antiques on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
Madeline's Antiques and Uniques at 6107 Murfreesboro Road in Manchester has been helping collectors find just the right thing since 2008. With 40 quality dealers and a constantly changing inventory of collectibles from the 1800s to the present, they have many unique items in the store and new things coming in daily. Are you looking for the perfect lamp or clock to finish your collection? A vintage lunchbox from your childhood? Well, you can find that plus any number of other unique items in their huge building. With their easy access off I-24, they meet many travelers from around the world and just around the corner that come to buy and sell antiques, or just to stop and have a free cup of coffee and a cookie while browsing around the store. Come visit owner Madeline Kemp and travel back in time at Madeline's Antiques and Uniques. So many memories.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
Hey everybody, we're back with Talking Antiques, and the number here is 728-1320.
All right, folks, you're going to enjoy this section here. We're going to talk about wooden teeth.
Yeah, I'm going to sell Philip a pair.
Okay, so the 4th of July is coming up, so we looked up some Continental documents.
All right.
Will you get off the wooden teeth? And go to
sorry, okay.
So the wooden teeth come up because we're talking about George Washington.
Right.
And I was always told, I don't know it to be a fact, that they actually had wooden teeth that was actually whittled for them.
Well, I heard that myself.
Well, you know, Paul Revere made teeth, you know.
He did?
Paul Revere.
Well, out of silver?
Well, out of everybody. I don't
Well, you know,
what
Paul Revere was a silversmith.
Yeah, but I know he made teeth.
And
I read that.
what was that famous line he said while he was riding that horse?
British are coming?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about these Continental documents? Now, explain to people what Continental, that's Revolutionary War.
Yeah. Commander of the Continental Army. You know, it was before we were the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So here we've got a George Washington letter signed as Commander of the Continental Army. One bid, $18,000.
Was that a live auction?
That was part of a live auction
guarantee
on
it
June the 8th.
Well, they
Try to
stepped
get
up
your
and went on and
international
bid and cut out all them bidders, didn't they, if it was
There
a
you
live
go.
auction?
Yep.
You get your international bidders on them live auctions. You got everybody.
And we got another George Washington letter signed as
I'm bringing them a microphone stand.
Commander of the Continental Army. This one went for $15,000 with one bid. Here's a Black Soldier Cato Gray, listed Valley Forge period Continental Army. This had 3 bids and went for $12,000.
So that document, is that just showing that he was actually in the Army? Is that what that document is?
Let me check.
Let's
on
see what it
this.
says
Let's
about
see
it.
what. American Revolution Exceptional Revolutionary War Muster Roll for
Okay, that's what it is, a muster roll.
Captain
That shows
John
who all was
Hughes,
on there.
or Hugh Maxwell's company.
Yeah, okay, it was a roll.
Okay.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's had a little bit of wear on it.
Looks like that stain, water stain.
Somebody spilled some coffee on it, maybe, or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it could have been.
Here
Or
we
it
go.
been tea back then. Remember, that's the cause of the whole
Maybe
war.
so. There you go.
Don't you remember the Tea Party?
There you go. Continental Army Major General William Heath signed 1801 document. This was part of a live auction. There were 3 bids on it. Went for $1,200. You know, once you get out George Washington's signature off of them, they don't bring quite
The bottom
as much.
falls out of it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Here's a Continental Army Revolutionary War General William Alexander. Signature on that went for $1,000. And just if you can't afford those, you can get a Revolutionary War button pewter, U.S. Continental Army enlisted issue, 18 millimeters across, $537 after 11 bids. That'd be kind of cool.
But you get free shipping.
Free shipping, yeah. Unless they figured that would bring enough to
What's
get.
that? Is that a check or what there?
1780 Revolutionary War bond.
Okay.
debt certificate. 12 bids on it, went for $493. Let me see what the value of that originally was.
Not the bond?
Yeah. Let's see. I do hereby certify that the state of Pennsylvania is indebted to Jacob Jensen in the sum of $1,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. 65 and no 100s. Oh,
$1,065?
yeah, $1,065. So.
And no 100.
And it only brought $493 at the auction. So.
Well, he must have got paid for it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If somebody just held on to it, I hope he got paid.
Well,
because it didn't hold its value.
We got 3 minutes, so you got us any more Continental stuff? If you're not, we're going to George Washington.
Well, I was somewhere.
Since he's the high dollar guy.
Aren't we going to the Wooden Teeth?
Well, hey, look at there. Pull that back down a little bit. Right here. Here's a couple more documents, and then we'll go to George Washington.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's Oliver
Equipment purchase.
Ellsworth Continental Army equipment purchases.
It's a receipt.
It's a receipt. Yeah. 7 bids, $300. That was not in very good condition.
You know what? If somebody wanted something that was the beginning of America, that's a pretty cheap a collectible. Isn't it?
Absolutely.
What's that next one?
I would love to
1780.
have that.
The uniform?
Yes. The
They
coat.
get you for running around with that
I'd
uniform.
like to have that coat.
Continental Army Blue Revolutionary War Regimental Frock Coat, size 50
that's
chest,
affordable.
$266.61 with
Now,
18
that
bids.
has to be a newer one
Yeah.
because
It's
of
got to
the
be a
size.
reproduction, but it's still
But
nice.
it is frock.
It looks
But here's
original.
the deal with it: a size 50 chest. You know, the average person during the Civil War only weighed 126 pounds or so. Man.
That would have been a big man.
So back, I'd say that would have been like a 36-inch chest size suit for an average soldier. Wouldn't you say something like that?
Probably so.
Yeah. Okay, Ronnie. Give us a few George Washington. We're gonna get out of here.
Okay,
You got one more?
One more. The 1780 Revolutionary War Bond certificate that went for $280 with 5 bids out of the Continental Army from Pennsylvania. So,
Okay. I have a George Washington autographed letter signed 28 January 1781. Brought $70,000 with 3
That's a
bids.
little more than your document.
That was part of a live auction event.
Uh-huh.
I have a George Washington letter signed and franked as commander of the Continental Army. Brought $25,000 one bid.
All right. Ronnie, we're running out of time, but give us one more good one. We're going to get out of here.
Okay. I have a George Washington letter signed as commander of the Continental Army. $18,000.
Yeah. Well, let Ray tell us about one. If you got,
Here, tell us about that one right there.
can you
That's
see
a
it,
good
Ray?
one.
Is it a George
this
Washington
is-
letter?
It is.
President George Washington's autograph.
Letter.
How much is it?
Just 17,000.
All right. With that, we're going to get out of
Hey,
here.
I get free shipping.
We'll do it again next week, 10 to 11 on Wednesday, live on Thunder Radio. Let's talk antiques.